the things that I learned very quickly is how difficult it is to hire people who are happy. The first people, when I first started the store I hired, they were knowledgeable about food, and they were terrible. They were not happy. They were really awful with customers. They knew about cheese. Well, I thought that doesn't work. So I set up a rule for myself very quickly that I would only hire people that I'd want to have dinner with. It's a very simple rule, but it's when I'm meeting somebody, if I connect with them quickly, I know that a customer will too. I can always teach you how to slice smoked salmon, but I can't teach people how to have fun, and I can't teach them how to be happy.
She grew the business by giving her customers what they wanted.
I watch how people shop. I watch what people are looking for. And very quickly I realized that coming into a food store was really like coming home to mom. You want her to be made feel really comfortable. You want her to be welcomed. So everything I do in the store is designed for making you feel that way. You walk in the front door and there's coffee right there to help yourself. There's great music on this stereo. There are big tables with wonderful fresh pastries, the way you would dream that mom would have when you came home.
Relying on her own taste, she filled her store with foods that she liked.
This is a mango papaya smoothie that we make. What I thought about is what's a great remembered taste that I would really like to have. Coconut cupcakes are one of the trademarks of Barefoot Contessa. It's a coconut pound cake with a cream cheese frosting and coconut on the top, and they fly out of the store. They're so good. When we did do the bakery display, for example, I don't like to have like one perfect muffin on a cake stand. I'd like to have a big basket of blueberry muffins. I don't like to have one sort of precious little cake. I like to have 4 chocolate buttercream cakes all out, and fruit tarts and wonderful loaf cakes and things like that. The store has a feeling of warmth and sumptuousness that I think we'd all want to have in our own home. It's really about making people feel terrific. And if the food is fabulous and you feel terrific, you'll never shop anywhere else.
Think of my guest today. I think of comfort and warmth, just the recipe we need right now. She is one of the most beloved cooks in the world.
Oprah, Ida, how are you?
I'm so good and
So nice to see you.
so nice to see you. The Barefoot Contessa, Ms. Ina Garten, and I go way back.
I had a column in your magazine,
Yes.
which was so much fun.
Today we're talking about the resilience that has defined her journey.
If you're really true to who you are,
Yeah.
if you believe in it so fiercely, somebody out there is going to believe in it too. It's true.
She has a profound truth about how to turn your pain into power.
Certainly people have had worse childhoods than I did. But I wanted them to know that you can make a decision with enormous determination and change your life.
Ina is a woman ahead of her time. She's here to remind us how we too can build the life of our dreams.
If you do what you love, if you love it, you'll be really good at it.
3 stores, 13 best-selling cookbooks, 6 Emmys, 3 James Beard Awards, and her hugely popular TV shows on the Food Network
I can smell the garlic and the tomato.
have made Ina Garten a true household name.
Oh, that looks fabulous. Isn't that great? It's a whole dinner in one dish. Dinner served.
Dinner served. Thank you. Yeah.
So everybody, thanks for joining us on this podcast. I have to tell you, I am just thrilled to be joined by a living legend, the Barefoot Contessa herself, Ms. Ina Garten. Ina, so good to be with you.
From you, Oprah, that's unbelievable. Thank you. I'm good. I've done everything I need to do in my life now. Thank you.
Oh, it's so true, Ina. You are all those things. You're an icon.
Thank
You're
you.
so beloved, and you feel like a part of our lives. Are you zooming in from your famous kitchen we love so much?
I'm in the kitchen in East Hampton, exactly.
Yes.
That's what I call the barn, but a few people have said barn isn't exactly what comes to mind when they see it.
No, that's some kind of special barn. Thank you for actually doing it there. It's like, oh, I know this kitchen. We know the kitchen. So your memoir, Ina, Be Ready When the Luck Happens, is a New York Times bestseller. So I appreciate you taking the time out of all the things.
But the process of doing it changed how I feel about my life. It was just quite extraordinary.
Tell me how so.
I thought, well, you and I are going to talk about this, I'm sure, because
Yes.
I always thought I'd been incredibly lucky in my life.
Oh.
And I also thought I did this, and then I did that, and I did something else, and I I figured it out, but I don't know how I did it. And when I had to go back and look at my whole life, I realized that connecting the dots was really easy. I continued to do the same thing over and over again. I kind of challenged myself at each time, but at the moment that I started doing a specialty food store, I realized I had already I taught myself how to cook, so I actually was ready.
Yes.
When I didn't think I'd done the work, but I actually had. And so writing the book made me realize that I was prepared for each stage that I got to.
Well, what you just said about connecting the dots, Ina, is something that's so powerful because I believe that, a lot of people are looking for purpose in their lives, and most people think that it's some big thing that you're going to find out there somewhere, when really every day you're creating purpose. And if you look back on your life and connect the dots of your life, that thread that connects the dots would have been your purpose. Even though you may have never defined it for yourself, there is a thread that connects the dots of all of our lives. And that is so evident in Be Ready When the Luck Happens. I was when I first heard that this memoir was coming out, I thought, that's an interesting title coming from Ina Garten. Be Ready When the Luck Happens. Because I remember years ago us having a discussion about.
Do you remember?
Yes. About,
wow.
I didn't remember where it was. I didn't remember that it was the Matrix Awards, but I remember having a discussion, and I didn't remember slapping you, but I did remember having.
Well, maybe it was a love tap.
It was a love tap. I don't remember slapping you, but I do.
You were just like, whoa, wait a minute. You make your own luck. And I was like,
yes,
no, I've just been really lucky.
Because you were,
in my mind,
in my mind, you were already an iconic figure. This is back in 2010.
It was a long time ago, yeah.
And a powerful woman. And you were, in your speech, in your acceptance speech, over and over again, you mentioned luck and luck and luck and luck. And I come from this belief that luck is preparation meeting the moment of opportunity. So anytime I hear anybody saying, I was just lucky, unless you just fell upon, a pile of money somewhere, I think, yes. So where did the title come from?
The title came from a very dear friend of mine, Rob Marshall, who's the Broadway and movie director. Was when he was on Broadway I think he was 23 or 24. He was the dance captain for Liza Minnelli's show. And Liza said to him, be ready when the luck happens. And he never forgot it. And what she was saying is, do the work. So when the luck happens, you're ready for it.
Preparation.
And I was almost done with the book. I didn't have a title. I was just coming to terms with the idea that I actually, yes, I'd been lucky, but I was ready when it happened. I'd done the work so that I was ready when it happened. And I thought, oh my God, that's what my life has been about, is getting ready. So I'm there when the luck happens. And that's why, so I asked if I could use that as a title.
That's a great,
it was just perfect.
Well, I think, titles really help define a story. And I think that having that title is what has caused you to be, yet again, a #1 bestseller. Because just picking up the book with that title,